previous play.
Second down and 15. Got to get it into field goal range. Moss, throw to Hudson. Hudson takes a big hit. But he got to the hot. What a catch again. It's two spectacular catches. And there's a flag down. This may put them right on the doorstep for field goal range against targeting. Hudson had a spectacular catch one hand in the first half. He's had a couple of balls knocked away, one of which could have been a score, but boy, he won't have one bigger than that one.
The result of the play is a first down. Personal foul, targeting, defense number 2. If you use players on a final review, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Very important here. We're going to talk about Miller Moss, but the defense, Sage Ryan does not reroute. The reason that's important is because without rerouting and jamming in here, look how he gets by. Now you've got a window in this area right here between the safety and the corner. By not getting hands on him to slow him down, it gives him a chance to get into that window, and then the safety comes over late. And I think we figured out Kyron Hudson.
Yep.
He just likes to make the crazy catch.
Make it hard.
He likes to make the crazy catch.
What's up?
Man, he's made 2 big catches.
Now, they call targeting. Of course, they're reviewing it, replay officials to make sure that it stands. If it does, it will move the ball 15 yards and closer, or maybe perhaps half the distance. They will see exactly where the spot is. At any rate, you make a very short field goal.
I've got a crown of the helmet hit. He's going upward into him.
But he's defenseless and a crown.
Well, he's just starting the completion of the catch, so I remain keeping defenseless. But when you go crown of the helmet, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, again, great catch, but what a job of enduring that hit. It looked like he had just that left hand and arm on the ball and started to get the right arm on it.
But Moss on this drive, Kirk, is 5 of 6, 49 yards. He's put his team already in field goal range and likely to get some yardage tacked on here, assuming that the penalty stands. And now, perhaps, for the 3rd consecutive opening weekend of the Brian Kelly era, LSU could start 0-1.
Reese, if I could add one thing there.
Always good.
Just a small thing, but it's not about standing on this one. We have to get it confirmed for it to be there. A stands would be a drop and be off.
Right. Okay. And they're still talking it over. It's a really important thing. It's a big difference in the length of the field goal, obviously, so they want to make sure they get this one right. But man, Hudson, 5 catches, 83 yards, and 2 of the more spectacular ones you'll see.
And you know, week 1, all these new players we're trying to get used to. USC not only loses the quarterback, Caleb Wade, but Todd Washington, Brennan Rice, Mario Williams. So they lost 4 of their top 6. So they're trying to find these new faces. Who are the guys they can count on? And Hudson, Deuce Robinson, Jacoby Lang, Capri, the tight end. They've had some new faces step up.
After further review, the ruling on the field of a catch is stands. The ruling on the field of targeting is confirmed. Number 2 is disqualified for the remainder of the game. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Jordan Gilbert kicked out of the game, and now they're marching half the distance to the goal, and USC still with that timeout and be able to center the ball, put it in any position the kicker wants, but he did miss the short earlier.
In the end of the first half, and, you know, I'm pulling for him. We're all, you know, you always want to see these guys do well, but he did miss a 29-yarder at the end of the first half. They're just going to try to assume get it to center of the field or get it where he likes it. They call that last time out.
I would think so. New field goal kicker for USC is Michael Lance, and the transfer from Georgia Southern. Woody Marks might make it a moot point, and he does. Talk about on the field goal, and Woody Marks rumbles into the end zone, and USC is on top with 8 seconds to play. Mississippi State Bulldog might have just put the finishing touches on LSU as Woody Marks goes in for the score.
What a job by the entire offense and the execution of that 2-minute drill. 8 plays, 75 yards. We thought we were setting up for potential game-winning field goal, but instead it's a touchdown. Remember, we just saw Gilbert thrown out of the game for targeting. For his replacement right here is a safety, Jordan Allen, who's been in and out of the game. This time he kind of gets caught up in the tight end. You'll see. Great job on that left side. Good job on the left side of being able to do what they needed to do to open up the hole. But really, it was the safety that, to me, gets lost. He's looking at the tight end. He follows the tight end. And instead of being able to fill that hole, it still would have been a nice game, but it wouldn't have been a touchdown. So eyes are in the backfield. Good job on the left side. Predominantly Pregnon, that left guard, just drilling down to that big, powerful LSU defensive line. And how about Marks, the transfer from an SEC school, Mississippi State, potentially gets the game-winning touchdown for the Trojans.
Bookended this game with touchdowns, scored the first one in Jaquavius Woody Marks, called Woody because of his love for Toy Story. Hey, howdy, hey, he has announced his arrival for Lincoln Riley's team with a couple of touchdowns tonight. And if they can hold on for 8 seconds, the game-winning touchdown tonight. Let's see how LSU plays this. If they try the lateral plays on the kickoff, or if they wait to do it for scrimmage. They'll do it for scrimmage. No need to bring disaster into the equation or the kickoff. If you can boot that thing out of the back, go ahead. And now, 75 yards away, and a miracle needed for Garrett Nussmeier. Lincoln Riley
He says, focus, guys. What a recap of this game, because both quarterbacks over 300 yards passing, completed over 75% of their passes. Just an amazing threat. We thought that was going to be the case when we came into this one. We thought we'd see more from the running game. Just total control and command by both quarterbacks. And really, I think the defenses from where they were a year ago to where they are tonight, and looking forward to the rest of the 24 season, marked improvement and a lot to be excited about. SC just ended up making more big plays.
The back line of the Trojan defense is 55 to 60 yards away from the line of scrimmage. Nussmeier throws an interception, and that's how it's going to end. Mason Cobb picks it off, and the Trojans will have a victory and go away to christen USC in the Big Ten. And with a victory over LSU here in Las Vegas.
But you take on these games because of it's a full atmosphere. That's what it feels like. You play your heart out for LSU, and you got to pick up and get ready to go the rest of the year. I guess they're going to review this and look at that and make sure you get possession of it. But I applaud the coaches and the athletic directors to take on these games. This is a big stage and a big moment for LSU and USC. USC ending the Big Ten for the first year. Imagine their schedule. They're going to be in Ann Arbor in a couple weeks. They're going to improve the schedule. LSU, of course, living in the SEC. They know what they have ahead of them. But both these teams show tonight that they're going to improve. They're going to get better. They have quarterbacks. They have a defense. They're both going to, I think, have exciting years.
And there are very few, you don't want to make too much out of one game, but there are very few who viewed the Trojans as a real top-tier contender in the Big Ten. That might change tonight, man. Certainly a good first impression and a good start. And USC scores late. And then win it over LSU and Brian Kelly, 27-20. There had been some consternation among the Trojan faithful in the third year of the Lincoln Riley era. Disappointing season last year. Is this thing headed in the right direction? Can he put together a group that can play better defense and complement his offensive brilliance? It's one game. Don't overreact. But very good returns tonight for that. Very impressive performance. And boy, I think he has a quarterback as Holly Rowe is with Noah Moss.
Well, Miller, you get the ball with a minute 51 left, and you mentioned our game-winning drive. What was important to remember and keep in mind in that you were so efficient?
Yeah, I mean, 2 minutes is something that we practice all the time. Those are the type of situations that Coach Riley always talks about that wins and loses games. We thought we put a pretty good drive the end of the half. So we had some comfortability in that situation. We just had to go out, and I think we did a good job of doing that.
We're thinking you're trying to set up a game-winning field goal, and you give it to Woody. What did you think when he ripped off the touchdown run?
We're trying to end it on our own terms. Don't leave anything to chance.
You told me earlier that the down moment of your career at USC happened in this very building. What kind of sweet redemption are you feeling tonight, Miller?
Yeah, I mean, sure, it's hard to put into words. I'm just really happy for our team. I think the identity that we've tried to create really shone through today. And just couldn't be more proud of the guys.
Coach Riley and this team had a lot of scrutiny. A lot of people were asking questions all offseason. What answers did you find tonight?
Sure, we don't pay attention to any questions they don't ask. They can keep asking them. We're going to keep preparing, keep knocking on these wins.
I see the tears building up in your eyes, Miller. You've waited so long for this turn. How has the patience been rewarded tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think, a lot still remains to be seen. I'm really lucky to play with this guy in the backfield. He's a hell of a player. He took us home tonight. I'm just really proud of our team at the end of the day.
Okay, Woody, don't go away. I gotta ask you a question. Come here. You took a chance on USC. You come in and scored a game-winning touchdown. How did that chance pay off?
I paid off by everything just when we did it in just finding a way to get the job done. And I trusted my whole line, we trusted the call, and we can run the game all to me, and I scored.
All right. Enjoy it. 1-0, guys.
Yeah, right on.
It's pretty cool to see those emotions from a guy that's waiting his turn. Thought about it, I'm sure. Maybe I go to another school. Maybe I decide to tough it out. He decides to tough it out. He threw 6 touchdowns in that bowl game. He threw over 300 yards tonight. And more importantly, with the chips on the table, he ends up driving his feet down to we thought a game-winning field goal, but instead he takes it in for a game-winning touchdown. But a lot of people texting me, did LSU let them score? I don't know. I saw safety out of position, even if they did let them score to try to get the ball back at that point in the game. But a kicker had missed a chip shot. I don't know if they were thinking that way or not, but the bottom line is SC finds a way to win a tough game. Reminds me of Adelango last night. Wasn't always pretty, but resilient, perseverance. What the game is really all about. Lincoln Riley has a lot to be proud of and a lot to build on to get better as they get into the Big Ten down the road.
To wrap that up, I understand the strategy and the question about whether someone wondered that there probably wasn't enough time left on the clock to take that strategy. It was just a situation where Woody Marks put the exclamation point on it for USC. And with the new 12-team playoff era, a lot of football in front of both of them for sure. We hope we continue to see these types of games. The athletic directors will schedule these matchups and play these neutral site games because this atmosphere is sensational tonight.
Oh, I think it's disappointing. If you're an LSU fan, it's very disappointing to lose a game that you thought you had a chance to win. It's taken away from you. But think about how much you get. We showed the top 10, the results. Teams winning 59-0, 63-0, whatever the scores were. LSU, I know they're disappointed, they're 0-1. But if they go back to the film room and regroup and get better, Blake Baker with that defense, Garrett Nussmeier, the offense, hey, I think even with a loss by taking this game on, you still gain a lot. So I'm with you. I applaud the teams and the coaches to do this. And even after a loss, you still can have a great year.
And score this one for the Big Ten.
That's right.
Over the SEC. What a way to welcome the Trojans into the era of football in which they compete in the Big Ten. 27-20. USC beats LSU behind 378-yard performance from Miller Moss. College game day going to Ann Arbor for Michigan against Texas on Saturday. We'll look forward to